Feed number 9, Peggle Knights, the Decathlon. I'm free to change to any character at any time. So this is gonna be a different kind of video. Picking out the... Shit, right. What am I doing? Let's wait for a moment. I forgot... I don't know how I forgot it goes straight into the challenge. Like, come on, Josh. Be careful. I know what you're doing. Also, this is gonna be a mainly mouse thing, so... You're not gonna see the mouse cursor, unfortunately, which is fine. You don't want to have that distracting everyone. So yeah, we have to beat 10 random levels in a row. And it's kind of difficult to do. You have to get lucky and also have to play carefully when you get to the later levels. So, 3, 2, 1, go. Starting off with this stage, we're gonna be Reinfeld, because Reinfeld's a pretty good character. Not because, well, Halloween boy, and also he's a pumpkin, he's pretty cute. But his special ability makes it so that the ball falls down the screen a second time, which is very useful. And for those of you who don't know what Peggle is, well, think of it kind of like Pachinko, in that you need to fire your little ball so that it hits a bunch of other things in its path, and you have to destroy all of the orange pegs before, you know, running out of shots. You can get a bunch of points. If you get to 25,000 in a single shot, you can get a free ball. Same with 75,000 and 125,000. And if you get in the bucket, you get a free ball automatically. So you can keep gaining shots as long as you play carefully and also have good points and all that. As you saw that what happened though, that was the power peg. It's weird because I haven't done a Peggle video at all. Like, I've thought about it, but, you know, Peggle is just this kind of anomaly where it's a good game. I like it a lot. But what is there really to say other than just pick it up for yourself and enjoy it if you like a good test of skill? Which is kind of what this is all about. You gotta find the right shots and shoot them in the right places in order to succeed. Oh god. See, this is the point where you need to be careful of what you're shooting at. I'm gonna have to bounce it up. There we go. Alright, Extreme Fever. So that's one stage done. Now we just need to continue to do that 9 times in a row. This is like the Mario Maker 2 challenge. I didn't even intend for this to parallel the Mario Maker 2 challenge in any way. Because I only realized now, oh shit, it is beating 10 levels in a row. And that fits. It's like, what the hell? I didn't even understand it. Also, if you couldn't already tell, this is a completely different method to record things than it was the previous time. So I'm closer to the camera, and it's also on a computer instead of the Nintendo Switch. Which, thankfully, much like with Elgato, I figured out how to OBS. I mean, of course I figured out how to OBS. I mean, did you even see Misery Mondays? That whole thing was possible because of OBS. And able to do that. Yeah. And I've thought about maybe... Like, I know I said I didn't have any further plans with Misery Mondays after that series was done. But, you know, I could do more things like it. Possibly. But I'm not too sure yet if I will or not. It depends, really. It truly, truly depends. Like, the only thing that's different between this recording session and the Misery Mondays recording sessions is that I haven't opened up Audacity and got the other audio recording, because that's not what I've been doing this entire time. Why would I change it just for this one video? That would be off to listen to. Boink. I'm not gonna do this. Yeah. So if you want to know the deep lore of Peggle Knights, all the Peggle Masters from the first game are dreaming. And they dream themselves as different things. Like, Reinhold dreams himself to be, well, an artist. This is one of his stages. He's an artist. That's why he's got a little paint stuff in the top corner. And for that previous one, that was Master who wanted to be a rock star. So he chose to be a rock star. And his band was The Who, so it's funny. And there's moves like that I'm gonna have to wait a long time for. It's alright. I can tell you something funny about Peggle, though. Once I get all this saliva out of my fucking mouth. Behind the scenes, to get the recordings ready for those last few episodes, I was actually playing Peggle on the 360 before the last few episodes of Borderlands 1. So, yeah, it's funny, right? Because I don't know why I was doing it. It's there. I think I still have the raw recordings. I could probably just throw them up at some point, but I don't know. They're not worth seeing. It's just me messing around with Peggle just beforehand. I think I was trying to do the Decathlon challenge on that version as well, with the main version of Peggle, because like Peggle Deluxe on the 360, I think it's called that. It's probably that, yeah. It does come with Knights, but I think it's just like it's DLC, which I think is the same as anyway. But it's strange how it's not connected, even though it is connected. It's weird. And it does remind me I need to get back to Plants vs. Zombies at some point. I think I might need to completely re-record episode 10. Because episode 10 was beating 2 of the survival modes. And, well, that was when I was first experimenting with Elgato, which caused a lot of footage error. You saw a little bit of it in one of the update videos I did. This one might be good for Marina. Pick up that, the Electro Bolt. Can't get a second Electro Bolt because I'm not that good. Ooh, okay. Now I just need to aim the shot correctly. The right moment. That works, I guess. Shock it to me! Hey! Oh no. Oh man, the smooth jazz of Peggle is great. Yeah, I was gonna say, like, I think that I put something in something, but I don't know. I mentioned in the New Year, New Decade video, whatever, that I actually was planning to do another list kind of thing. And I'm not gonna waste people's time. The new list is like another top 10 song list, because that's exactly what this internet needs. More song recommendations from people you may or may not know. And I think I straight up had to look out and look for certain songs from the first installment of Peggle, just to use in the background for that. Because I'm trying to make that into an interesting little experience. Which is fine, I guess. So, in order to make that experience work, I had to look into finding backing footage whilst talking about other things before the songs get introduced for the number of the list. Which, I did pick a couple of things, which is fine. I like that. I don't even want to give too much away of what I put on that list, though. But all I will say is I picked choices that were a little out there compared to the previous 3 lists, because with the previous 3 lists, I actually played it really safe and chose similar franchises each time. And like the big determining factors that were different were like fucking Binding of Isaac and what even it was the first one, was it? Like there was Steep Hill, Super Mario RPG, Banjo-Kazooie, that was the other one, Banjo-Tooie even. Like, there's other things, another thing with that video was that I had honorable mentions in it, because the other ones had honorable mentions too. But there were so many honorable mentions that I thought I could make it into a different list of different items someday, so I figured I could save them for another time. And maybe I will, maybe I won't. It depends on if that next thing happens decently well. Which is why I haven't worked on it in the slightest. Maybe because I don't want to do it. Maybe because I still want to do it, but it's just weird that I haven't done anything more with it than I have. So yes. The reason why I'm not speaking about the game too much is that it's a very simple game to grab. It's a casual game. You can understand how it plays just by looking at what it is and seeing what's going on. This little purple block here, if you didn't know, it's a point boost, so you just get bonus points added onto that, and it's multiplied by the feverometer on the side. So, yeah, that's your track of how many orange pegs you have. You can get more points the less orange pegs you have taken up, but you have to be sure you keep a bunch of other pegs in the meantime in order to fully utilize that. Extreme Fever. Featuring the nice music. It's a good casual game, man. If you haven't played Peggle at all... Oh, I forgot, right. With Reinfeld, if you have the power activated, once you get the Extreme Fever, you get 2 shots of bonus points. That's pretty good. Probably should have picked Reginald. Or whatever the dragon's name is. I think it's Reginald. Probably wrong, though. Because in Reginald's dreams, he wants to be a firefighter. It's funny because he's a dragon. And he blows the flames. It's a bit silly, but, you know. Like, with, between the original Peggle and this, the Peggle Knights likes to make the levels look a little more dynamic than it did in Peggle 1. But both games are just fine, it's alright. It's a shame that Peggle 2 went down the road that it did. And also Peggle Blast, whatever that was, existing. It's a shame, really, because it's a really, really good series. And by series, I mean the first 2 installments. Which, you could say the same thing with Banjo-Tooie, or Banjo-Kazooie, but, you know, whatever, dude, right? Whatever. So yeah, Peggle 2, it's unfortunate that it happened to happen that way. Especially with its amazing reveal, with his slam dunk on the stage. Good job, guy. It's just unfortunate that PopCap went the way of EA. Because PopCap have made some great games. I haven't really played much of Bookworm, but Bejeweled, Chuzzle, Plants vs. Zombies, Peggle. They were really good. I enjoy it a lot. They're great little things to sink time into and have fun with. But now it's just not as interesting anymore, thankfully. Or unthankfully, it's weird. It's like I don't even know what to say, really. It's just that Peggle exists. Let us all play Peggle at the same time. I imagine people just play it along at home if they want to. I doubt it, because who's at home? And who's playing along anyway? Why would you want to play along with Peggle, of all things? You can sit down and perform correctly. If you didn't know, right-click will allow you to fast-forward these stages. That's why I'm speeding through them real quick. It could also help with lining up a shot if you want to bank off and hit in the bucket, but you have to be sure that you know what you're doing. Otherwise you're not gonna do too well. Speaking of too well, there we go, that's me gone again. I'm imagining that this is not gonna go well. Like, yesterday I was just practicing, because you need to practice the Peggle, just to be sure that you remember what you're doing, what you need to do. And, of course, on our practice run I got to 7 in the challenge. And then I failed. So, it was almost one of those instances where it's a challenge that you're incredibly stuck on and you can't get past it. But then you wait like a really long time just to give it some room to breathe or whatever. And you come back to it. And you get it really close to first try. Or even first try itself. I've had that happen to me before. I can't think of any specific examples, but it's happened to me before, I know for sure. Where I've left something alone and then come back to it with a first try. You could probably say that with the Rayman Legends version. So, yeah. It's not like I put the Rayman Legends down and didn't get that specific infiltration station invaded mission done. But it was certainly one of those things where it was a long time since I played Rayman Legends before I didn't even do practice for Rayman Legends before that video. So it just ended up being what it is, which is funny. Oh no, I knew I was gonna hit the blue peg. Thankfully the free ball skills exist. Skilled mastermind. Yeah. With this version, you could, like, well, with the PC version, of course, you could use the mouse to know exactly where you want to aim, because you could, like, aim at the peg by hovering over the peg. So, you can kind of understand where you want to go with your shots. However, with other versions, you probably don't have that luxury. Now, oh yeah, speaking of other versions, like I said Peggle Blast earlier, but after Peggle Blast became a thing, I don't know when exactly it happened, but after that, they kind of unlisted the original Peggle on the App Store, and you can't even re-download it, which is bullshit. Because imagine wanting to play a good game, but your only option is this worst version. I feel like there are certain games out there that follow that specific pattern in general, where you can't get the original version anymore, and now you have this other thing that you're stuck with. But, yeah, I mean, it's no big loss. Still have Peggle here on the Steam, and I also have it on 360, and all that. I didn't get it on DS, though. I knew that it was on DS, but I didn't get it on DS, because it's a thing I'm not too interested in. Didn't want to put time and effort into finding Peggle for the DS and all that. But I definitely do have a bunch of copies of Plants vs. Zombies. Yeah. Plenty of Plants vs. Zombies for me. I think I bought the physical version of the Steam, or the PC version. So I think it's on my shelf over there. But I also have the 360 version, the iPad version, the iPhone version, I think, as well. And also the DS version. Wait, the DS version is funny to me, because it's strange and limited in some ways, but it's also an interesting version itself, because it does get exclusive minigames and all that. The funny thing about the DS version of Plants vs. Zombies, I don't know if I said this story in the series or not. It's been a while since I watched it through. I don't know what I talked about in there. I remember talking about the Twitch stream that I accidentally stopped somehow with my name. But something about the Plants vs. Zombies DS game that I have, the box itself. I hit that over my sister's head and broke it. This was a long time ago, but there was one night where I was just standing in my room. Something was happening, I don't remember the specifics anymore. But it basically was me standing there, my sister was at the doorway, and she was yelling at me, getting me angry and all that. And I looked to my left and I saw the Plants vs. Zombies DS cart, the box, right there on the side for me to pick up at any point. So I did what I did. I picked up the box, walked slowly towards her, smack, 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 and broke that box real bad. Of course, that wasn't a good idea, because why would you hit your sister in any way, or hit anyone in any way? It wasn't even a fun thing to do. It was just in the moment I thought that was the best option to take. Which it wasn't. And now I've got a broken box to always remind me that, hey, you hit your sister once. But that's sibling rivalry, you know. No matter how much you get along at some points, you get on each other's nerves because you grew up with them. That is how siblings work. If it's two male children, then you're fucked with each other so much. If it's male and female, then you're fucked with each other so much. If it's an older sister and a younger brother, well, you were the one that got picked on so much if you're the younger brother. Because, I don't know, something about older sisters, they are a different beast than a younger sister. I know it's strange, but that happens to be the case. I didn't get the thing. I was trying to be fancy, but I didn't. Hey, 100,000. Points don't matter. Also, by the way, we're at 5 now. That's pretty good. I want to play this one alright, Marina time. Because I feel like Marina would have a good power to just blast from the ass down to the bottom of the Eiffel Tower here. Because we're in Claude's dream. Claude is a lobster, as you can see. And he dreams to be massive. A kaiju monster. I think there's like one of the levels where he's fighting a monster as well, and then he walks away into the sea. It's funny. Like this, like if you play through like the story mode or the adventure mode in this game, the Peggle Masters speak to you a little and they teach you about the mechanics of the game and all that. But it's an interesting little experience with this one because it like the stages tell little stories sometimes, like Claude's stages. They tell of him destroying a city, just walking up, being like, yo, I want to take over this city as a massive creature. And then he does it. And then he just walks away into the sea like a boss. It's kind of fun. Let's go with this. Hey. 3 shots to get this next one. I think I can do it. In 1, hooray! We did it, hooray! Time to waste time. Keep going to the next level. Back on this level, we're going back to Renfield. Was I reading it wrong this whole time? Was it Renfield? I think it's Renfield. It's like, come on, dude. You'll see by the time the next level rolls around, where you select your Peggle Master. Oh, also, by the way, Marina was an addition for Peggle Knights. Just a new Peggle Master with a new ability that you can use. Where, in this game's instance, during her adventure mode, she's pretty much trying to find the Peggle Institute in order to become a Peggle Master. And then she becomes one. She gets a little diploma in the last level. It's pretty fun. And then after that, you also have the Master levels, which is, I guess, customary in the series. So yeah, boink. For the other abilities that are in this game, though, there are people that choose different characters just to have fun. There are different abilities that you get with each character. They're not all like just a costume that you pick up and all that. With Bjorn the Unicorn, you get a guide, so you know exactly where your shot's gonna go, with an arc and everything. With Jimmy T, the hamster, the ball splits into 2 and there's a multi-ball. With Cat, the cat, the bucket becomes a pyramid, so that it's easier to get stuff hit on all that. With Splork, the ability is an explosion that blasts every peg that's in the explosion of the green peg. With what's it, Flora? Flora the flower is another good one. She picks up, I think it's either a quarter or a fifth. Yeah, it's a fifth of all the orange pegs get blasted when she hits the green peg. So you can deal with that in any way you please. And then there's like the God damn. How am I forgetting these amazing characters? There's Master who is the owl. And his shot, it takes into account when you fired the shot. It calculates a good, like, a move, in a way, for, like, the ideal amount of points or skill or getting a free ball or something like that. It takes that into account and then it does it. And there's more that I'm forgetting about. Is that one? Yeah, there's Claude the Lobster as well. Claude the Lobster gives you pinball flippers on the side of the stage. And then there's... I can't remember the rabbit's name. I want to say it's a Lucky O'Hare, but it's probably not that. But his is another good one as well. He's got the magic spin, which does a different effects. Like, it gives you a free ball, gives your ball a hat, it can give you any other Pegomaster's ability, or it can, like, triple your score. It's, of course, on a magic spin, so you have to spin the wheel in order to get what you want. So it's an interesting ability. It works fine. But you have to be lucky. It was him that I used for the score challenges, because, you know, triple score is very helpful. So just getting that would benefit you strongly if you manage to find that during one of your runs. Man, half an hour left to go of this. I've not run out of stuff to speak of yet. Not a single moment of your time has been wasted from this entire thing. But, yeah, it's certainly been a crazy little week that I've been doing right here, because if you didn't figure it out already with how I've been doing this footage, which probably is unlikely for you to figure out on your own without me telling you this in secret. But I've been doing 2 of the feeds every day for the past, well, 5 days. And this is the 5th day, so we leave off with Peggle Knights. And the reason why I put Peggle Knights last is because I didn't want to shut everything down just to do one part of the gauntlet, just to redo everything to get ready for the next parts of the gauntlet. Like, I would have put Peggle Knights right in the middle, but putting it right at the end is just as good, I suppose. And there's all the other challenges that I thought about doing, but didn't do. Which, I don't know if I'm gonna save them for a later point or not. Goddamn hiccups. Like, there's the Rabbids and Mario, in that order, Mario Rabbids Kingdom Battle challenge, which it's been a long time since I played that game, so I probably have forgotten most things about it. There's one challenge that I thought about doing, which I think I mentioned. If not, then I planned on doing Set to Kill in Simpsons Hit and Run. But I didn't do that last time because it was funny that it was an all-switch gauntlet. Didn't even mean to do that. It just worked out that way, and it was interesting to see. But that's about it, I guess. That's about what I expected from this challenge. That's pretty much what I do when it gets to these points anyway, in these challenges, is that I get to a decently high level, but then I don't do well, and I don't execute things correctly, and then I end up being stupid. God, moving that mouse, because you're reorienting yourself into a better position. Probably not the case. Ooh, gay. Ooh, lad. Look at him fly. That's Cat. He wants to be a circus performer. I can't even think. Splork wants to be a bowler. He wants to do some bowling. Flora wants to grow legs and explore the world. I'm just trying to remember exactly what each of the dreams were. Bjorn wanted to be a crime-fighting superhero. That was the one. Jimmy T wants to be a scientist. Am I missing any of them? I feel like I've... No, the rabbit wants to be an Indiana Jones-style adventurer. An adventure of the world. So, yeah. And if you saw the stage earlier that had the jewel on it, that was for the rabbit. It had a nice little cameo with Zuma. Because that was something about PopCap games that they liked doing, is that they like to reference the other games in their games. Little nods to Zuma, little nods to Bookworm, stuff like that. It's kind of cute. And I appreciate that a lot. That was a terrible shot. Why did I do that? Nah, it wasn't a terrible shot because I was able to succeed in my tricks. Yeehaw. Wow. Good job. You clicked off the window. That's gonna look great in the video. Oh, jeez. Maybe I should just put down Steam. Yeah, it's Renfield. Huh. didn't notice. This whole time was Renfield. I was dumb. Look at these little badges. They're funny. And there's Flora in the background in a hot air balloon, able to see Stonehenge. Because you can assume that this is Stonehenge. Alright, you can hover over this to see what you're doing, but that's gonna look funny in the video. I know for sure. Because, think about it, all the stuff that I'm doing here would make sense with the commentary. But with the main Gauntlet feed, you just see things just as the footage. And there's no other context than that. You're left there to wonder, bruh, what has happened? I can't believe this. Oh, jeez. Good shot. Good shit shot, Yahoo. Good. That reminded me of how I don't know what to do in terms of... Well, probably since these levels don't take that very long, it'll probably just be levels failed. Because I think I talked about this earlier in the Gauntlet. I was like, I wasn't too sure what to mark on in terms of what the failure points are for Peggle Knights. And I guess now that I realize how quickly the levels can be, it'll be levels that were failed. So yes. Oh shit, no. There we go, that's one more. Good old Renfield. Right, retry challenge. It was Tula and Warren! How could I forget it was Warren? Also, it's interesting that we just re-rolled into the same level. I pressed retry challenge, so... That was just funny. Funny looking. Haha, got him. Basically, that's the other thing that's kind of satisfying about Peggle, is that you can just watch it fall. And it's pretty casual. What I've done in the past, because it's really simple to do with this game, because you don't even need to put too much effort into it. So I've eaten lunch plenty of times whilst playing this game, because all you need to do is fire your shot, and then you can just take a break, pick up your food, and then take a bite during the moment. Don't even need to wait. Chomp. Chomp, chomp, food. Good food. Delicious. Nutritious. Kit Kats ain't nutritious, don't eat that. Yeah, that stuff there too. Style points. Because there's secret little style points that you can pick up in each of the levels and all that. There's long shots, super long shots, off the walls, off the buckets. Plenty of things. Oh, look, there's the thing that I was talking about. Little Claude fighting his kaiju monster. Where he's screaming at his wife. Nah. It's funny. Excuse me while I eat this food. God damn it. I just want to take a break. I've been talking about how I can take breaks during this video game. Now I can. There, we're done. Happy? Happy, I'm happy. Harry happy. Yes. Oh, jeez. There we go. Find the pegs, shoot them down. That's me. We did it. Well, that was pretty good. That's another... I've probably said it already, but... Seeing a shot do really well is satisfying. Especially with point boost. And if you didn't know, this button down here, you can save replays of your shots at any moment in time. And with the 360 version, I definitely saw some shots of massive scores. So yeah. This poor alligator, I feel for him. I can't tell if he's enjoying running away or not. Maybe he is, maybe he isn't. I'll tell you this though. I don't know why this is the case, but with OBS and this game, I don't know why, but the game capture setting did not pick up on Peggle Knights. even if it was running. But the window capture certainly did. And that's why I'm using the window capture for this one. There's not as much options that the game capture gives. But, you know, window capture. Window carpet. Yahoo. Didn't even think about that one peg, but I'm fine. See, Yahoo. Two ball left, you. Not quite. Rebound. Not the rebound I was expecting. Good, I guess. About here. Nah. I just won the master levels. This is gonna be fun. I'll use this. I'll use Tutor. Now, flower power. She'll help. It's like saving the green peg for longer would be ideal. Especially for certain levels. Like the master levels are really something else. Like you have this kind of thing here, where you don't get fully clear shots on the pegs that are lower down. So you need to rebound and perform things ideally, and you have to know what you want to do with each of the shots and all that. Like check out that rebound right there. Wasn't quite as good, but if I rebound from that, no, that was too high of a rebound. So I'm gonna do from that. Nope. Do from this. Well, there's one at least. I'll use this now. Oh, I didn't even hit the one I wanted to hit. Like that one down there, it would sure be fun. I spent all my shots on that left side. See, there's the other one. Getting the points at least. God. From there. Something else too, you can fine-tune your shots by using the scroll wheel. So if you want to get an exact shot, then you can use that. Let's use Warren for a little bit. Separate up, everyone's a winner. A Warren a winner. I'll probably skip through the wheel, but I'll show it once. Just because. Padding out the time and all that. I'm not even sure how many points I'm gonna accrue just from failing levels in this game. It might take a while. Oh, this one's gonna be Magic Hat. Alright. Magic Hat's useful. Because the hat will actually hit anything it comes into contact with, so stuff like that, where it'll just hit, and it does a lot of good things. It's a useful power-up. And the rest of Warren's abilities are good as well. So it depends. It's gonna be Space Blast or anything else. Magic Hat again, cool. And if you get both of the green pegs in the same shot, then you get a bonus for each of them as well. So if there's specific names for each of them. Like for Reinfeld, it's Spooktacular. For Warren, it's Spit Again. For Tula, I think it's straight up just called Flower Power. Or just stuff like that. I forget the other ones too. But it should make sense. Like, Bjorn is a good master to start off with. For most people. Because in the adventure mode, Bjorn is always the one that you start off with anyway. And yeah, having his ability is great. So, if I haven't said it enough by this point, pick up Peggle if you're interested. It's worth it. It's a nice little game for you to try out if you wish to enjoy a nice little casual experience and try and get good with. Like, you can get good with Peggle. It's a very skill-based game where you need to take into account when you're shooting your shot and where you're shooting your shot. Because if you shoot it in a good way, like about here, it'll drop right into the bucket, so you can keep shooting and saving your shots for later. It's very helpful. Oh, that was nothing. Hit that to there. Still not gonna hit that green peg, which is fine. Eliminate some of the blue stuff to get a clearer shot on some of the orange pegs. that's the main strategy that some levels go for. Like, there's a level in the original Peggle from Renfield's level pack, which basically is the level in the background is a bat, and it starts. Well, the main area, like around here-ish, is a wall of blue pegs, and no matter what you try, there will not be any orange pegs in that wall of blue pegs. So you have to break through the blue in order to get to the red. Which is a cool little thing that they did. And then there's like funky ass bumpers on a snake stage that don't exactly work as intended. It's strange, but I shouldn't knock it. Peggle is a good video game. For those of you who don't know already, you just pick it up and play it. It's fine. I'm surprised because with this Steam version, there were specific event levels that they added. And when I was practicing, I got one of the event levels in this challenge. It's strange. Because one of the event levels, I think it's just like the Spring Breeze event pack. I'm not sure the exact name for it. But one of the levels is the Plants vs. Zombies one, which is cool. And from Steam, there is a free Peggle game that exists called Peggle Extreme, which, you know, if you want to look out for it, then whatever, dude. It's very limited. It's a very small experience. You don't even get all of the Peggle Masters to play around with. But it is more levels of Peggle if you want to play some more levels of Peggle. Which is fine, you know. It's just not an ideal experience. So, yeah. The deal with Peggle Extreme is that the levels are based off of, I think it's just Portal and TF2. I'm not sure if there's any other ones. I'm probably forgetting. Maybe Half-Life is in there. Yeah, Half-Life is in there because Bjorn has a head crab in the title. Hooray! I was lucky for that shot hitting the bucket. There we go. You can pick random if you want to, but yeah, whatever. You could be like me in Smash Brothers, where you don't care what character you pick. You're decent with all of them. So just randomize it, baby. Yeah. There's obviously some characters in Smash Brothers that I'm not good with. But it's just a thing. Like, if you're playing mostly single player, you have to get used to and play with all of the characters in any way, as you need to redo their classic modes and other stuff too. So you have to at least be moderately good with the characters that exist. Otherwise, you're just sat there thinking about what the hell you're going to do. And yeah, it's one of those kind of things, right? Like, I could shit on a character if I wanted to in Smash, but my philosophy is anyone can be good with any characters, but it's the play style that's the important thing. So you want to keep that in mind. So if I'm like praising King Daddy K. Rool, then it's the playstyle of K. Rool that I like a lot. Even if people aren't that big a fan of playing as K. Rool. But if I shit on someone like Sheik, then it's not that I'm shitting on Sheik as a character, I'm shitting on the playstyle of Sheik that I don't like as much as the other playstyles of the other characters give. So, sorry Sheik, I'm not that good using you in any way. So, you're left with a Superman. I don't know. I don't know why I even had Superman on the brain. I'm stupid. Very stupid. I mean, of course I'm stupid. You spent 5 days just recording things straight. Never mind, you did that already. At some point, that that of which I am alluding to will go up, but it'll be a long while before then. And it honestly was one of the stupidest things I thought of doing. Stupider than doing Mario Odyssey one-handed. Trust me. When you see what I've done for this one series, you'll understand why exactly I had the time to do it. And the will to do it. Boink. Nothing else. Just get in the bucket. There we go. I just gotta hope for hitting the other oranges. There's just 3 left. God, I'm not gonna make it, am I? We're at challenge 5 or 10. Oh, we might. Hope for a good shot to hit that last one. I don't know about this. Damn it! If it was a little earlier, I could have been able to solve that one. But I wasn't. And now I'm just sat here in the loneliness and the epicness of what I have chosen to be. And now I have to think about what I have done for the rest of my life. This frog has its tongue out. I don't know why it does, but it does. I can't believe he would do such a thing. He's stealing sweets from the cops. They're little robot cops as well. How cool. I'm not even sure what this guy is down here. Maybe he's just a regular goblin. But he's stealing on a Sunday, so that guy's a prick. I need some kind of vigilante. Who's that in the corner? I can't even see who that is. I'll have to look at that in editing just to see exactly who it is that's just hiding off in the corner. Because for as much as I've played this one stage, which is the very first stage of Peggle Knights, I don't think I've even noticed that guy in the corner. Don't know why, but that's just the thing that I've only just noticed. Maybe he's cool, maybe he isn't. Who knows? Yahoo. There's certainly one way to get these levels to be more difficult, is increasing the amount of blue pegs and making more of the patterns elaborate. But, you know, that's what they chose to do. They gotta go over it? No, it isn't. Not quite. There are certain levels that you can get where you can get a massive slide going and get a bunch of points. But you'll have to look into those hot Peggle montages to see if there are any good places to find them. I would be shocked if there were Peggle montages. I doubt it, though. I mean, maybe some kind of Peggle montages with the Peggle 2 announcement, but whatever. They already memed it out their own selves. But whatever, dude. If there's, like, actual community Peggle trick shot videos, then I'll be impressed, because it's a very niche little game, even though it was very successful. But not many people speak about it anymore. I'm not sure what the reasons are for people not mentioning it in recent times, but it's worth looking into. It is. Like, even from this climate here in the world, where you need a distraction from something or other, Peggle. It's a good distraction. It's worth your time. You can just plonk it down and have fun. Why are we getting the marina levels all of a sudden? I don't understand. Like, come on. I doubt that something like this would even happen, but if Peggle does somehow end up on the Switch, then I'd be happy. It's a fun little game. I appreciate it. I keep complimenting this game and all that, but you should know that it's something that I truly admire. It's one of those nostalgic games for me, because I played it a lot when I was a child. So, it just really hits me hard. It hits me hard like Tropics did. I don't know if anyone remembers Tropics at all. But Tropics was this PC game where the main menu is this little island that you can customize yourself with different objects that you're going to win through the main part of the game, which is there are a bunch of little mini games that are tropical themes that you could play around with. Like, there's tropical solitaire and tropical bowling, but there's also like ones where you have to guide a monkey through a level of platforming and all that. And there was this one where it's like Crab Breakout. It was a really cool little thing. So, and I miss it, really. Hey, look, here's a Plants vs. Zombies level, by the way. Pretty good. But yeah, that Tropics, Tropix, pretty nostalgic for me. I miss it. I don't even know if I could actually find a version to play anymore. I remember that Tropics was one of those games where the free trial, you could access it as many times as you want, and you can play it for as long as you want. But the demo does limit you to like an artificial 60 minutes of playtime in general. Like, it doesn't automatically lock you out once the 60 minutes is up. You can just keep playing it for more than an hour. And only when you leave the game is when the demo is expired. It's one of those things, but... Man, I miss Tropics. But hey, we've got plenty of other compilation games that are out now that I can play around with. And there's plenty of other compilation games that are nostalgic that I can go back to, like 42 all-time classics. Hell yeah, my guy. And if you remember that, that's OG shit. That's real fun little DS game right there. Because you had all the different games like I Doubted, and Mahjong Solitaire, and Sliding Puzzles, and even Solitaire, and a bunch of other card games. Shaking the Bottle, Word Balloon, darts, bowling, billiards. It was fun. It's great. And there's a little PictoChat service as well that I have with it. Man. I miss those days, dude. Where, like, I remember doing this. One time I was on a plane. I can't remember where I was going on holiday. But I was on a plane. And I opened up PictoChat on my classic DS. Not the actual classic DS, but, you know, either a Lite or an I that had the PictoChat on it. And I remember just going on that, and there were other people in the PictoChat room, so I was just speaking with other people randomly on the plane. It was a chill little time. I also remember one time where I was just in the airport, and I think I hosted a game of, like, New Super Mario Bros. On the DS, where you could do, like, little mini-games. I think I hosted one of them and did that in the airport with like 3 other people. It was fun. It's pretty cute as well. I miss that kind of stuff. If only there was if there was a PictoChat service that you could just use. I don't know if it'll be any better, but it's just one of those things that I miss like a lot. So it was a cool little idea that they did, and they chose to do it. It's like, wow. I have not much to even say on the matter. The ball is getting juggled in between 2 spots thanks to the power of the warp. No way it's getting into the middle of the screen. It's got to clear out a bunch of pegs at least. Didn't quite hit the other power peg, which is fine. Oh, by the way, also, I basically set it on colorblind mode. Because I prefer it, because it makes it easier to spot the plus points and the power points. But, you know, otherwise, the green and the purple pegs are pretty much the same as the blue and orange. They just had the tint of green or purple. I just prefer it like this, because it makes it easier to discern where the power-ups and the points are. It just looks better in my eyes. And it makes sense that they made it a plus, because it's like, you get bonus points. It's a point boost. But I'm just gonna chill with this smooth jazz. It's another thing. There's another thing about 42 all-time classics, though. The music. I listened to the OST just a few weeks back because of 51 Worldwide Games coming out recently. Just to hear that nice music, and man, it was really good, and I can't believe I forgot some of that. It's really, really good shit. And I'm glad that it existed in my childhood, and I still own it. Wow. It's probably unlikely that I'm gonna be succeeding in this challenge. We have 5 minutes, unless I can crank out 5 wins in 5 minutes. Which means speedrunning Peggle. I'm not even sure such a thing exists. Oh, by the way, if you're like right up at the face, you can just kind of shoosh the thing side to side. It's fun. And again, it's gonna look funny in the video, but whatever, dude. You guys, the homies that watched all the way through to get the full context, you know that this is real shit. Tubular, can you guess what that's an homage to? Whatever, dude. Just saying the same things over and over again. Like it's fresh and new and exciting. Gonna give myself a no on that, Chief. If I play my cards right, I might be able to do well, but I doubt it. Because there's a big old flame of breath in the way for that. That was a miss. It chose me to miss. There. Nope. I used to know where the shot leads. Nope, I was too soon. Like that. Nope. No. This one ball. I should bounce it off this one. Yeah, that's what I expected. This is a lost challenge. Fine. Best score was about 5, I think. We did good here. Take it seriously. With one of these levels for Cat in the circus. Cat isn't even in the picture. How could she? Or he. I forget what the genders of most of these characters are. It's a bit tough to tell, but I think Renfield is a male pumpkin. I think that's just evident. But I don't know most of the other ones as well. I think Bjorn is male, GVT must be male, Master Who is male. Cinderbottom is kind of different. Also, I realized that I remembered Cinderbottom's name real quick. Just in case. Because if you weren't sold in this game before, the dragon's name is Lord Cinderbottom. That's some good shit. Long Shot. Yahoo. Extreme Fever. Feverish Time. Feverometer. Fever Meter. The Bulletron. It's a classic game. You don't even need to be epic for this one. You can just play it and enjoy your time. Do good, have fun. Eat biscuit. This one's for biscuit, it says eat biscuit. I don't know. Little Warren just flying away from whatever he was doing. I'm not sure exactly when this was in the storyline of the adventure, but oh well. Maybe he's escaping from the government. You ever think about that, If the government exists for a reason? Like Yahoo and shit like that? No, well. This is... Thankfully, after I'm done with this, I can just take most of the footage and immediately get to editing the Gauntlet's whole thing right away. Because all the files are already on my computer. I can just straight up start working on that right after this session. So I could do that. If I so desire. How many seconds do we have left? A good old 90 seconds close. We did it. Fever score. Points. I never mentioned this, but one of the things that this game... I think it was added in Peggle Knights, but there was an ace score that you could obtain in each of the levels to get a ribbon. But from the first Peggle, there was also the 100%, where you clear every peg on the screen. Which means that you need to get rid of all the blues before you even start with the last orange peg of a level. it can be kind of stressful in some of the levels, and it might be interesting challenge for 100%. But you know, you don't have to do it. You can play the levels and beat them as much as you want. It's a fun little game just to enjoy your time. No fun little game counters. Because I've said it more than enough. You could get the message by this point. Little cannonball cat here. I'm gonna confirm the names once I'm done with the challenge, because it might bug me if I don't mention it or don't even do it in the video. That's how I'm feeling. How is this shot going to go? Just barely, okay. It's one last minute success. Just for me, I suppose. The decathlon. Yahoo. Not even gonna get far in this level. That was the last shot, by the way. We are done with this challenge. So, we can just menu and restart challenge. Just the select character says Bjorn with the super guide. Jimmy Lightning, wasn't Jimmy T, with a multi-ball. Renfield with a spooky ball. Cat Tut was close with a pyramid. Splork with a space blast. Club with flippers. Tula with flower power. Lord Cinderbottom with the fireball. Warren with the lucky spin. Master with a zen ball. And Marina with the electric ball. I knew I remembered them all. It's just that there's 11 that I wasn't quite sure on. Yeah, the Sunny Spring level. See, these things. Spain. Huh. To the limit. Oh, there's 2 variants of the level as well. So, how interesting. Anyways, that was it for the Gauntlet. I hope you enjoyed this tribulation and all the stuff that we did today. This is a really weird thing that we all did together, but we shall see you on the other end, I suppose. I don't know when this will go up. This will go up first, before the Okami or after the Okami. I don't know. The point is, this is getting done relatively quickly, and will be done very soon. So, I see you in whatever you click on next. In the next thing, we'll do whatever is in the next thing. See you then. Hope you enjoyed. This was the Gauntlet. Can't wait for the next one.